Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to another episode of He Rants. I am your host, Felix, Long Trousers. Alright, check it out, guys. We got another Reddit reaction. This one is called, I was a thought back in the day. At least in my college days, that is. Let's get into it.
Fiancé found out about my college days. Hasn't talked to me in 3 days. I don't know if this is the end. I've been with my fiancé for 2 years, engaged for 2 months. I can go on and on about how great he is, but I won't waste your time. He's awesome. Him and my sister's boyfriend have gotten really close over the past year, and they talk at least twice a week, whether on the phone or FaceTime, or just hanging out with all 4 of us. Sister has been with her boyfriend since high school, so obviously her boyfriend knows me very well, as well as my dating history. Last weekend, because of the quarantine, we all thought it would be fun to drink and hang out over FaceTime. It was a FaceTime double date, and we all had a blast, laughing, playing drinking games. We all partied for over an hour, and that's when I was over it and decided to leave the party to call my sister directly without the boys in another room. Well, my fiancé and her boyfriend stayed on FaceTime and continued to get drunk together. During this time, I couldn't hear anything because I was in another room and was talking to my sister. Sister's boyfriend goes and tells a bunch of stories about my college days and how many guys I hooked up with. Just so everyone knows, I don't know the actual number. My first 3 years of college was literally one giant party. Without being too descriptive, I admit I was excessive, but at the time it was just what we did. I was single.
Hell no, you thotty ass box 3000, son, with 2 controllers. I admit it was kind of excessive, but it's just what we did. Who's we? Who's we? You and the rest of the street coalition members, son? I'm trying to understand. Who is we? Because it sounds like it's just you, Slim. You was one with the dark arts, the arts of the pavement. What are you talking about? Let's keep going.
During that time, and me and my friends did a lot, with a lot of guys. Most of them I couldn't even pick out of a lineup, but again, I was in college. Anyways, one of the...
That's not an excuse, by the way. You just a thought. You said you can't pick them out the lineup. That is crazy. You was just giving up the coochie to everybody. Like Oprah. You get some coochie. You get some coochie. Let's keep going.
Parties I went to, I ended up hooking up with 4 different guys at the same time. This is relevant later. My fiancé is handsome as F, and I know for a fact he's been with several women. We talked about our past a lot in the beginning of our relationship. I wasn't 100% honest with mine, and I can only assume that he was. After everyone hung up, me and my fiancé were laying in bed and about to sleep when he just calmly asked me, "Did you get banged in college?" My response was, "What the F? Why would you ask that?" That's when he told me everything that my sister's BF told him. He told me details I'm not even sure are 100% true because, again, blur. But a lot of the information was accurate, and so I just told him yes, it was one time. He continued asking questions about the other stuff, but the bang thing kept coming up, and he had a lot of questions about it that I answered the best of my knowledge.
That is crazy. For those of you guys, it's cutting off, but she's saying gangbang. So he asked her if she was gangbang. Everything was such a blur. She doesn't even remember, so she just said yes. Parts of the... How does that even... How can you be smashing that many times? You've been in situations that 4 guys were in the guts at one time. I don't know how that even works. How's that? Like, is she aerodynamic in the vajayjay area? Son, I'm trying to understand. How do you not remember exactly how much pussy were you distributing? This joint was a vag distributor, son. Oh my goodness, let's keep going though.
Fast forward to Wednesday. Things had been fine and normal Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But on Wednesday, radio silence. He hasn't texted or talked to me in 3 days. The breaking point was tonight when he came home from work and he asked me, "Are you friends with any of the guys on Facebook?" Again, not lying to him, I admitted that yes, I was friends with all of them. He left a few...
Diabolical. Diabolical. You friends with all 4 of the guys who were all in the...
Not lying to him, I admitted that yes, I was friends with all of them. He left a few hours ago and I have no idea where he is or what he's doing. I'm tempted to call the cops, but I feel like that will just make it worse. I feel like garbage. I effing hate my sister's boyfriend right now, but maybe it's not even his fault. Maybe I should have been more honest. I'm so lost. He is the best thing that ever happened to me, and I've never seen him like this before. Is this the end? He refuses to return my calls and texts. Update: Fiancé left me after he found out about my crazy college days. He eventually came back in the middle of the night and we talked until the morning. We both agreed that he needs to distance himself from the relationship while he figures stuff out. He admitted the only thing he cared about was the bang, and he told me he couldn't get the visual out of his head. He then told me about a trio he had in college, which I think is totally made up, and he just wanted to get a rise out of me, but who knows? It just sounded so unbelievable, and it felt like he was trying to get back at me. We did make love before we went to sleep, but it was not good. And by not good, I mean he felt like he was just trying to punish me once again. Everything was weird from the kissing to the ending.
That's that angry, angry sex, man. He's trying to destroy the vajayjay in the honor to defend his honor. He's like, yo, come on now. This is the things that we talk about all the time, man. We don't want a whole lot of guys to be in the vajayjay because at that point it doesn't look like it's that special. Everybody gets it now. I mean, like, how special could it really be if everybody's receiving the veg?
He left in the morning to go stay with his parents, and I haven't seen him since. We still text every day, but it's different. Everything is different, and at this point I'm almost positive we aren't going to get married. And again, at this point, I'm okay with that. I know I messed up and I know I lied, and all I can do is live and learn. I'm planning on using my work program that helps people find therapists. It's part of my benefits, and I've never used it before, and I'm legitimately excited to start working on myself for the future, whatever may happen between me and him.
Yeah, guys. You guys heard the story, man. This is the thing that we be talking about all the time. Let's be real. So once a girl has joined forces with the pavement, the street itself, they just be saying the most the most wildest, crazy thing with their meat pocket, bro. I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm trying to tell you. I want this to be a wake-up call, right? Because there's a lot of joints out here that was one with the streets, right? And they try to change their life once they find the right sucker. I mean, the right guy for them and stuff. I mean, it's crazy out here, right? This is a man's biggest fear, right? I never want to be the guy who's just on Facebook, just going on Facebook. I know no one gets on Facebook, right? And, somebody from my girl's school looks up and says, oh my God, that nigga's marrying her? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Does he know the sexual escapades we've had with her? You know what I'm saying? You know how many juices we've marinated her face with and her hair when I wasn't aiming well? You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand how crazy that really is? Her body count got to be over like what? Over 200, I assume, bro. To say that you can't even remember people, son, that's beyond crazy. You don't remember that you've had fivesomes? Because it's a fivesome, right? Because if it's 5 dudes, or you can call it a train, pick your poison. You can't tell me that it's been that many times that you can't even remember. Like, you only remember bits and pieces. And if it's something that only happened once, you should be able to remember it like that. It should be simple, fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I've only had intercourse with 4 guys at one time once. So, I mean, how could I ever forget that? This leads me to believe that you have done it multiple times. It's just this is the only time that the friend was able to get the intel to tell your boyfriend. If it wasn't for that, God knows, you're probably just out here looking for G-bangs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're probably out here looking for it. Everybody come, They call me Thomas the Tank Engine, right? Just on the railroad, you feel me? Just running trains on you, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. If this is woman empowerment, hey, she says she's fine if they never get married, right? Well, she should be fine because they're never getting married. What are you talking about? So, you try to give her the mean, angry sex and everything. It's crazy. But that's all I got to say on this, man. If you stay this long, I appreciate you. I love you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as with the post notification. That way you'll be one of the first to hear the voice. Same time, leave a like because I'm so damn insecure in those likes. Definitely let me know I'm doing a stand-up job. Same time, you got to buy the merch. Mofo, men offering females orgasms because we're so humble. Link in the description box below. That's all I got to say. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out.